Hello, class. How's it going? It's your old pal from Cleveland, the session man, coming at you. Little Tommy Bukovac. We got Homeskoolin number 77 here. Man, I got this one-of-a-kind, one-off t-shirt that a guy made. Pretty cool. I've also got a replacement beer and an old Trigger Hippie koozie that I found. This is only because I'm out of Rolling Rock. I'm drinking this, so don't be alarmed. Don't be freaked out. Okay, and happy Election Day to everyone. I wanted to say thanks a lot for the kind words about the last couple of update videos I put up, like the one with Dave and Joss in the studio, and the one just a little Halloween jam I did. I got my old 64 335 here, playing through an old 64 AC30 that I just recently got. You can't see it, can you? But man, cool lamp. Ebo just got it running really good for me. All right, what do we got here? Speaking of Dave Stewart, I have a couple things in the old VCB for you. One guy said, "Hey Tom, I see you are recording with Dave Stewart, and he is playing deep soul music on an acoustic. I remember him playing live surrounded by stacks of keyboards and electronica. Cool to see him go back to his roots." Yeah, you know, the thing about Dave that a lot of people don't know is that, you know, before Eurythmics, he tried his hand at a couple different types of bands, you know, but his real roots, his heart is in like acoustic English blues. Like, he's really into like John Renbourn, John Fahey, Bert Jansch, or Jansch, I don't know how you say it. I don't know how you all say it. But he loves all that stuff. And he can actually play that stuff really good. Acoustic, sort of folky, finger picking stuff. So that's where he's coming from. But okay, what else have we got here? Hey Tom, another guy said, we know what you drink, but what do you eat? Are you a fruit vegetarian dude, or do you like that rich Southern cuisine? Man, I'll tell you this, man, just be brutally honest. I would classify my general diet as like high-end bar food. You know, not bad bar food, good bar food. It's kind of where my heart's at. Although my favorite in the whole world is Indian food. I could literally eat Indian food every day. I would never get sick of it. But just in general, kind of like right around the high-end bar, but like real salty stuff. I'm a big salt guy. Piece of chicken with some salt on it. And a little more salt. I'm good with all that. Probably gonna die of some sort of sodium-related problem. Probably faster than the booze is gonna kill me. Okay, so another one said, "Hey Tom, while watching you play this wonderful SG," he was talking about me using this guitar in an old video, "I thought I would ask you how you judge a guitar that is new to you. Do you check points in any given order, or is it just a sort of single moment of hell yeah or no way?" You know, it's funny. It is sort of a single moment of hell yeah and no way. Like, all I got to do is strum a guitar, acoustic guitar with no amp, a couple strums, and I'm like, I can tell you everything you ever want to know about that guitar. Acoustic resonance is really important to me on all guitars, electrics and acoustics. If a guitar sounds good acoustically, it almost always sounds great through an amp. I've noticed that. You know, I got to have a guitar with the right neck. I'm real picky about stuff like the binding roll, like the way the binding's rolled on these old Gibsons. The fret's got to be right, as I've talked about many times. The weight, I like guitars that are light. I don't like heavy guitars at all. And of course the tone. But like some guitars just seem to go into tune and stay there, and others you can just keep fucking with it all day long and it's never in tune. Even after you go through the trouble of putting a good bridge, good nut on it, it's still never right. Some guitars just like to be tuned, and some don't. And man, when you find one that likes to be tuned, that's a good thing, man. What have I been listening to lately? It's been blowing my mind. There was a record I wanted to tell you guys about. What the hell was it? Oh, yes. I'm so glad I thought of it. I've been obsessing over Bob Seger lately. Been sort of rediscovering some old Bob Seger. You know. Everybody loves Bob Seger, right? But man, I've been playing like the song Night Moves for my kids over and over and over in the car. They love it. And man, that track, God, it blows my mind. The drum track is amazing. The lyrics are amazing. That creepy breakdown in the middle where it's like so spooky and eerie when he shifts the tense of the lyrics forward into the future instead of the current. And you can hear the tape hiss in that breakdown. Man, I'd say we were driving to school and my guys were listening to that, and that breakdown goes by. And I get tears just listening to it. And I turn around and look at Marshall, he's 7, and I go, dude, how good is that? And he goes, it's really good. See, they know the power of the music. Okay, yeah, Bob Seger. I've worked with him a couple times, over the years. Great dude. We did some sessions at Ocean Way, and man, what a sweet, sweet guy, man. We hit it off too. He seemed like he appreciated the fact that I asked a lot of questions about. I remember asking him, like, show me exactly how you played the riff from Her Strut. And he was like, you really want to know? And I was like, yeah, man, because I knew he played all his guitars on that. But he showed me, and man, I remember asking him, tell me everything you can remember about recording Night Moves. And he talked about how they were working up in Toronto at a studio, and he'd sent most of the band home. This is all on Wikipedia too, you can look, but I heard it from him. He said they sent most of the band home, and he stuck around for a minute, and he played one more song for the producer. He said, you're not going anywhere. And they stayed and cut that song with a bunch of Toronto session musicians. Man, that's a good one. Okay, so you know what else my kids are into lately is those old country like narrative songs like Red Sovine and Merle Haggard. They like stuff like The Miner's Silver Ghost by Merle Haggard, and they like Phantom 309 by Red Sovine and Teddy Bear and all that. That's hot lately on the playlist. All right, one more question. Hey Tom, for a while I began to believe the art of using the bridge pickup was just about dead. I've seen full-on amp demos played entirely on the neck pickup. You are not that guy, and I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, the neck pickups are hot these days. A lot of the young hipster kids love to play on a dark neck pickup, and I love it too, you know. But I'm an old rock and roll guy at heart, and man, to me, you got to have a good mid-rangey, ballsy bridge pickup. See, to me, it's just all about exploring the full sonic spectrum of any guitar, from the darkest, mellowest shades all the way up to the most stinging, bright shades. You got to be able to access all that stuff, you know, with the pickup selection and the way you play it and touch it. To me, those are all just colors in the guitar palette. You got to know how to get, like, you got to be able to get stinging, bright, you know, clavinet-ish stuff, as well as you can get that real liquidy, dark, mellow stuff, you know. So that's it for me. I just, man, I love a good bridge pickup, and a good raunchy tone. I also like a bridge pickup nice and clean and bright, you know. I like that too. But I was going to show you one little guitar technique. This is kind of a weird thing, but this is something that I think about a lot when I'm playing. Okay, this is a little bit for more of the advanced players. The concept of left-hand muting, okay, very difficult to talk about on a camera phone, and you could because honestly, most people that are doing it don't even know they're doing it. It's just years of playing, and what you do is you get tired of hearing certain notes ring out that you don't want to ring out, so you learn over the years of playing how to mute strings with your left hand and your right hand, so that you can play big leads and you don't have these bass notes rumbling beneath the high leads, right? But here's what happens. If you always play your soaring solos where you've got a lot of muting going on, it ends up sounding too clean and studio-y and sort of too perfect. I think a lot of the great British guitar players that I grew up listening to just played, when they're playing leads up high, they didn't worry much about muting and letting other notes ring. And when you let, you know, I talked to some of my old videos on an acoustic guitar. If you don't mute at all, if you just play with your, you know, fingers kind of standing up and you don't do any intentional muting, you get like this reverb effect from the guitar, because, you know, the sympathetic sort of, you know, ringing of the strings. And the same thing applies on an electric. When you got a sort of a gainy lead tone and you get up, I got reverb on now. I'll shut the reverb totally off. So this is bone dry. So that's no muting. And now I'll play that same shit with a lot of muting. I'm saying? It's a different sound. It's a cool sound, but when you don't mute at all, when you're playing those single notes, you get those screeching, squealing sort of harmonics in the background. It's very rock and roll sounding, you know? I'll show you that loop I was playing. It's like, it was just like it was a demonstration in a couple shifting time signatures. So it starts out 4/4. E minor 9, G add 9, C add 9. And then I went into this 11/8 bit, which is like A minor. Let's see if I can remember how I did it. that same melody over F. And then D. And lower that G to F so you get more of like a D dominant 7. And then right here, I go from the 11/8 time signature to straight 6/8, 12/8. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Right? So the other bit is, I don't know if I can play it and count it at the same time. Well, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's a group of 6 and a group of 5. I can't play it and count it at the same time. That's pretty hard. But yeah, so 4/4 to 11/8 to 6/8. And it all sounds pretty seamless because it's all like the same tempo, right? There you go, guys. Something to chew on for election day. All right, take care. Bye-bye.